Hey everybody, welcome to Homebody Eats again. My name is Brett. I'm gonna be showing you some of the best kitchen hacks that I've accumulated over the last few years just as a very non-professional cook at home. So let's get going. So one of the first things that I decided that I really hated doing in the kitchen when I first got started was peeling garlic. I found this really nifty way to avoid having to do it completely. Take a mason jar like this. I forgot garlic. That was the one ingredient I didn't buy for the shoot. So we're just gonna pretend it's in here, but we'll use this handy ginger. If you were to put this inside of here, if that's your garlic, all you're gonna do is put all of your cloves in there, and then you're gonna shake it around. And what'll happen, if you put your garlic in there, what's gonna happen is it's gonna remove all of the skins off of it. They just kind of easily peel off. It takes 2 seconds. You can do this with a bunch of garlic, and you can see your progress as you're shaking it by using the mason jar. Really handy tip, saves you a bunch of time. So another thing I'm gonna show you, speaking of ginger, is how to easily peel ginger. This is a huge pain in the butt if you've ever tried to do it with an actual peeler. The solution is simply a spoon. Kind of weird, but I don't know why it works, but all you do is you take the spoon, the concave part of it, start rubbing your ginger, go all around it like that. So what's nice about this is it doesn't take off a large amount of the ginger, and you're able to easily peel it without risk of cutting your hands. So for time's sake, I'm not going to do it for the entire, for the video. I want to keep it short, so I'm just going to show you my partial progress. But this would take a lot more time if we were to use a peeler. But you can just go around the ginger, whatever you need. The spoon takes it off. It's kind of a weird tip, but it really works. Okay, next thing I'm going to show you is how to really easily cut a bell pepper. These have a bunch of seeds inside of them, and they're kind of weird and in the way. So here's a really quick way to get past all of that. Flip your bell pepper upside down, take your knife, and you're going to start actually at the top right here. So you take your knife, put it at about a 30-40 degree angle, start sliding down, and then just follow along here. So you go down to the bottom. You get mostly clean slices, and just work your way around. Go all the way down to the base. And so what we're doing is it's gonna allow for us to keep all of those seeds, or the vast majority of those seeds, inside of the bell pepper. And we're also not wasting hardly any of the bell pepper by doing it this way. It's a more exact way to where you can kind of get that spine of it out and still go down to the root of it. So you can see, we've got pretty good slices. And then from there, all you're doing is just cleaning up any of these little pieces that might still be on there. But it gets about 90 to 95% off, and it does it really, really quick. Don't be like me, get your thumbs out of the way when you're slicing things. Okay, so my next kitchen hack is actually for avocados and guacamole. So I have an avocado here, it's nice and ripe. A little mini hack here also is, obviously everybody knows the field test on an avocado. If the stem moves for you, when you're trying to pick one out at the store, that means it's nice and ripe also, those two factors, the feel and then the stem. But I've already created, I've cut this on the inside. We've got it split out here, and if we were to leave this out in open air, the air would eventually brown this. And the cool thing about guacamole is that if you remove the air and you put it under water, or if you do that with the avocado, it removes any possibility of any sort of browning. There's a lot of tips about putting lime in it. I've found that that doesn't work. I've tried all kinds of different things with acids to try to get it to not brown. All you do though is make your guacamole and put it under just a very thin layer of water in a bowl like this, and it'll prevent it from browning from the air. And you just pour that water off when you're ready to use it. It's a great tip, used it for years. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna show you how to do is to cut an onion without crying. A lot of the gases coming from the onion are what cause the tearing up sensation, unless you just feel a certain way about onions when you're crying them. Anyways, I'm gonna show you how to get in here and do what you're needing to do without crying. So we're gonna take it, we're gonna divide it in half, and what we're actually looking at in terms of the gas coming out is coming from this area of the onion. So we're just gonna basically avoid that. So we'll take out off the outer layer. This one's really sticking on me. There we go. All right, obviously you're gonna take off your little end here. Take that piece off. If you're trying to dice your onions, just do 2 kind of marks here. Get your knife in there. Go up here as well. Take it close to that root, but don't go crazy, you know? So you're just gonna do some normal dices here. Watch your thumbs too. The one thing I never really developed kitchen-wise is the ability to do the fast chopping. My knife skills are not great, but that's okay. And we'll just probably end up cutting this anyway, so you won't see my garbage knife skills. Keep your thumbs out of the way though. And we're doing just a very, very rough chop to give you an idea of what we're looking for. Normally I would be a lot cleaner on the onion and going slow. But we can see kind of I'm at around the base. This area here is where a lot of that gas is being released. So we can kind of go right up to the edge there. And there you go. Just want to keep something like that. So a lot of those gases aren't coming out at you, and you won't end up, tearing up when you're cutting an onion. So I really love a nice poached egg. It's one of my favorite things to eat in the morning. I love it on toast especially, but I hate the process involved with doing it in the morning. Like, it's not usually functional for me to make poached eggs on a Monday or Tuesday morning, but this trick allows for that to be possible, using your microwave actually. So for a perfect poached egg, we would want to take this egg, crack it into a little strainer, and let the kind of whatever comes out the bottom strain off. It's a little bit of excess of the white that we don't need. We're not gonna do that today because we're in an office environment, but you're gonna take a little cup and just add about a 1/4 to 1/2 of a cup of water inside of it. A little mug like this works. You'll be able to do 1 egg. I have done 2 eggs, but I had one explode one time. So just limit it to the 1 egg for now, but take your egg, crack it right into the water there. See inside there, the egg's just kind of floating in its own little bath there. Okay, so all you have to do with this mug is throw it into your microwave for about 60 seconds. Keep in mind there's different wattages of microwaves, so start with 45, check in on it, and then bring it back to 60 seconds, 75 seconds, around there. You're gonna have a perfectly poached egg though that you're able to strain out, just put on your toast in the morning. It takes about under 2 minutes to do this. I use this trick all the time. Okay, so I've been cutting a bunch of stuff. I've been doing all sorts of little tricks for you, but the final trick has actually been underneath us the entire time. And that's my cutting board trick. I love wooden cutting boards. Some people use plastic. Some deranged people use stone ones. I don't know who started that. Anyway, if you take a cutting board in general and you put a slightly damp paper towel underneath it, it won't slide on you. So this works on any surface, but you can see it's really hard to move the thing. Like, it takes a lot of force. So if you're using your knife on here, it's not gonna slide around a whole bunch. It'll keep your fingers safer. So that's my final tip for you today. So I hope that these kitchen hacks helped you today, and that they help you put some great food out on your table a little bit faster and bring some smiles to the faces of the people that are sitting at yours. So if there's demand enough for it, I have a part 2 video for this. I've got a lot more tips. I've just been doing this for a little while and picked up some stuff that I think we could probably do a part 2 video of. So until then, we'll see you next time on the next Homebody Eats.